What you mean you don't know Pana? She's dope. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
What is poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl DOPEaxxPANA, and today I'm going to show you guys how to create a beautiful traditional natural sew-in using Kinky Straight bundles from Curlsqueen. So before we hop into the video, I am going to do a quick unboxing, or unbagging I should say. So inside of your bag you will get a pamphlet that will pretty much give you all the information you need to know about the hair, also how you guys can contact them. They also left a couple gifts, so they will give you a detangling brush, which I thought was really cute, and in addition to that you will get a satin bonnet. Obviously, the star of the show is the Kinky Straight bundles, and they gave me 2 bundles, which I was really nervous about, but guys, look how thick and full these bundles are. They are in 18 inches, and they are made to mimic a natural hair texture. So today, we're not going to be flat ironing these bundles. We're going to be just styling it in its natural texture, which I'm really excited for. So I'm just showing you guys the sections that I left out for leave out. Really, I only made this a versatile sew-in because I was kind of nervous about only having 2 bundles. So we're gonna see how far these bundles actually get us and if we really needed to do that, but I am showing you guys the sections that I am leaving out. So for my braid down, I did do a traditional beehive. Y'all, I cannot stop doing the beehive. I know that there are other methods that have proven to be flatter, but I feel like if you braid the base of your client's weave super flat, you won't have a problem with it lifting or anything. And I don't know, I just really can't shake the beehive. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to oil her scalp prior to starting my sew-in. This is just going to help to lock in all that moisture and just to prevent her from having a dry and itchy scalp. So I am going to be doubling my tracks for this first weft, and I'm going to pull the needle through both of the wefts, and that's how I'm going to start off my sew-in install. I'm going to take this needle and I'm going to put it around my client's braid underneath it, and I'm going to pull that all the way through. When I thread my needles, I do tie a knot at the end, so as soon as I feel it, that knot reach the weft, it'll stop, and that's how you guys know that you are done pulling your string. So just to secure this area, since this is where I'm starting her sew-in off, I am going to go around in this area a couple times, and then I'll proceed to go along the braid. So when I put the needle underneath, I'm going to take the thread and wrap it around the needle and pull. It's just going to make like a single loop type thing there. I like doing this better than the double because I feel like when my client goes to take it out, it is a little bit easier to take it out. So as I'm gonna be sewing across this braid, I'm gonna hold the track where I want it to lay. That's just gonna help create a nice and flat foundation. And you guys can see I'm kind of taking this underneath the braid. The reason why I'm doing that is because if my client were to pour her sewing up with her leave out on the back, it would look a lot more seamless than if I were to sew this just on top of the braid. You wanna make sure that when your client flips it up, she's seeing hair and not a track or the braid. So I'm actually not going to be cutting these bundles, at least not for this first bundle. So I am going to show you guys how I flip the track over, because I am sewing this track in like doubled, but when I go to flip it over, I'm actually going to leave one weft behind, just so that when you flip your track over, it's not super bulky. So you guys will see as I get to the end here, I'm gonna let go of one of the tracks and I'm only gonna begin sewing the other one, and this is the track that I'm going to flip over. So I'm gonna take it, flipping it over right there. I'm gonna sew down in that area a couple times just to make sure that it's nice and flat, and then I'm gonna keep moving along. Once I reach the other track, I'm gonna pick it up just like that, and then I'm gonna continue sewing, and that'll help make sure that where you are flipping the track does not remain bulky. This is why when I start my track off, I like to start off with the side that is closed and not the side that is open, because sometimes when you reach the end of the track, it will be a little bit uneven and it's not gonna matter as much if that closed side is not there, obviously. I always try to prevent cutting my clients' bundles because it does prevent a lot of the shedding, and also it allows more versatility when they go to reuse the bundles. Sometimes it's frustrating for stylists when clients bring us bundles that are literally cut into 17 different pieces, or sometimes you want to do like a ponytail type style and it's annoying to be trying to wrap so many different pieces. So I do try my best to preserve my clients' bundles when I can, but sometimes, like for the weft that's at the top, I will have to cut it. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, but I always try to have my clients' best interest for the future in mind, especially since we spend a lot of money on our bundles. So I am doubling the track in the back so that I can get maximum length for this install. And this install doesn't mean as much in particular because my client has two 18-inch bundles, but let's just say that she had a 20 and an 18. You want the 20 to be predominantly at the bottom to get the most length, so that's why I like to double the track, just to make sure that I can fit in as many bundles as possible, and also that we are really maximizing the length at the bottom of my client's install. So once my string runs out, I'm just gonna cut the needle off and I'm gonna tie a knot. I'm gonna go at least 2 to 3 times. You wanna do it at least 2 times because obviously if you did it 1 time, it would just come out, right? So I'm gonna do it 3 times and then I'm just gonna cut the excess off, and I will start a new needle and just continue to do it again. So I'm still working on that first bundle, which at this point, guys, I was really impressed. I'm like, okay, these bundles are really thick and they're really going a long way, which is amazing. So yeah, we're just gonna keep rocking with these. When sewing the bundles in, you kind of just want to follow the shape of the sew-in. So in this case, I'm really just going side to side. On this side, I'm already flipping tracks at the front of my client's head and I'm gonna wrap it around. On the other side, you guys will notice that I'm taking the bundle all the way up because she is getting a side part. And so it's pretty much gonna travel all the way up to the other side of her head, and I'm just gonna follow that pattern going around. It's almost like sewing in like a U shape. So this is where we are with just one bundle of hair, which is super impressive. I finished over half of my client's install, and I really did not need to leave the leave out around the perimeter in the back, but that's okay, y'all. We're just gonna keep rocking with it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and sew in that last bundle. Now, I did cut this bundle up a little bit as I was doing this install, so you guys can see that I'm starting with it and just kind of closing it off here. I just wanted to show you guys how I close it off. For this last piece, I'm making sure that I'm going on top of that last anchor braid. And for this whole top bundle, I pretty much did the same thing I did in the back, except for the track was not doubled. So I'm only sewing in a single weft. When I get to the end, I'm gonna take the needle and I'm gonna go through the weft at least 2 times, and then I'm gonna cut that off and just pretty much, yes, tie it off and cut it and my client's sew-in is closed off, and this looks nice and flat. I love the way that this last track is really covering that braid, so that when we take her leave out, you guys will not see any braid, and it will be a seamless transition from my client's natural hair to the install. So once you get to the styling, this is the super easy part. I'm going to start by taking out all of her leave out sections, and I'm going to blow dry her hair again for a second time because I want it to kind of melt into the bundles. My client's hair is a slightly different color, and her hair is just a little bit more coarse than this kinky texture, but it still blends really, really good. So I want you guys to watch how, even just combing it out, you guys can see the blend is pretty decent. But I am going to go through with my silver bird, and I'm going to kind of just blow dry it out a little bit so we can get a little bit more of a matching texture. So just off of blow dry, I was already really super impressed with the way that this looks. So I'm going to turn her around here just so you guys can see how natural this install looks. Like I said, her hair is a slightly different color, but I definitely think that this could be pulled off. So I love, love, love this texture of bundles. If you are a natural girl and you're someone who doesn't want to flat iron a leave out, then I think that this hair would be amazing and perfect for you. But we're definitely going to take it one step further with our styling, because this is cute, but it's not a complete finished look. So I'm going to go in with the wand, and I'm going to wand curl her bundles. Like I said, I'm not going to straighten her hair prior. I'm actually going to wand curl it in its natural texture. So yeah, let's get started with that. Anytime I am doing a section that is close to her leave out, I'm making sure that I grab her leave out along with the weave hair and curling it together. I don't want these curls to be super tight or anything. I want it to mimic like a natural type wave texture. So we're not doing these super tight, but yes, I'm excited for you guys to see how this turned out. Occasionally, as we're going through, you guys will see me spray a finishing spray. That's just to get a nice hold on these curls, because her hair is not straightened and it's really natural. We want to just make sure that we are holding those curls for as long as possible. So once I wand curled her whole head, I did my favorite, absolute favorite part. I combed them out, and you always want to make sure you do this with a wide tooth comb. So I am combing them out. When I wand curled, I did do the curls in opposite directions just so that they're not too uniform. So I'm just going to go ahead and comb these out as much as possible. Now, during this process, I noticed that my client's hair texture was just a lot more coarse than the actual bundles. So what I had to actually do was go in with a hot comb and just run it through her leave out just a little bit, just to get it to match this texture. This is a kinky texture, guys, but it mimics like a blow dry hair, and it is super, super, super soft. So if your hair is super coarse, you might just need to run a flat iron through. Now, some people might like it like this, but I felt like I could really see a difference between her hair and the bundles, so I did want to take it a step further. So first, I did go ahead and do just a little bit of face framing on this side because her natural hair there was a little bit short. And then I'm just going to take the hot comb, and I'm not really trying to get her hair silky straight. I'm just trying to soften it up a little bit, just so that when I when I run the wand through for this second time, we get just a little bit better blend. Alright guys, so here we are at the finished look. I absolutely love the way that this turned out. If you guys are feeling this look, in the comment section down below, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are feeling it. I love how natural this looks and how it can just really mimic just a natural hairstyle, and it is low maintenance. low heat for my natural girls. This company, Curlsqueen, offers textured clip-ins, textured bundles, textured tape-ins. So if you guys are interested in any of the below, make sure you guys check my description section, and you guys will see a link to everything in this video. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Big Pana, tutorials, lives, reviews, yeah, all that. Big Pana, not the little one. Hey, what you mean? Big box braids on your top, yeah, add it up.